A standoff at a motel in Fort Myers comes to an end. A man barricaded himself into the Howard Johnson around 12:30 this afternoon. When police tried talking to the Lee County man, he locked himself in the room. Police immediately set up a perimeter, closing a northbound portion of 41 and forcing some businesses to close. About 2 hours later, with the help of the SWAT team and negotiators, Kelly Creswell uncovers what triggered the SWAT situation and how it ended peacefully. The man's name has not been released, but we're told he has a history of mental illness. He's now getting treatment at a medical facility, and he will face a misdemeanor trespassing charge. A Lee County woman learns why drinking and driving are a dangerous combination. Deputies say she was under the influence of alcohol when she drove right into a Cape Coral canal. NBC2's Joe Rotolo talked to a neighbor who saw all the commotion. Beachgoers in Lee County raised money for a great cause while enjoying some fun in the sun at the same time. The annual Labor Day Beach Bash took place at Pincher's Crab Shack on Fort Myers Beach. It's sponsored by the Lee County Sheriff's Office, and a portion of today's sales will go to the annual Walk to Prevent Child Abuse. There was quite the scare at a school in Northern Ireland today when an 8-year-old student picked up a pipe bomb that had been left on the playground. Brennan Shannon picked up the pipe bomb and carried it into class to show it to a teacher. Police were called and the school was evacuated. They later confirmed that it was an explosive device. The principal of the school was outraged by the incident.
I think it's absolutely despicable that you should put the lives of children at risk like that. It's totally despicable. We've come through many years of difficulties and all sorts of problems. When we think we're in peacetime, I think it's absolutely horrible that anybody would consider harming a child.
A local politician accused the person responsible of wanting to drag Northern Ireland back into its violent past. A Florida preacher is causing a stir in Afghanistan tonight. Hundreds gathered in the capital city of Kabul to protest the preacher's plan to burn the Quran, an Islamic holy book. The crowd chanted "Long live Islam" and "Death to America" as they burned the preacher in effigy. The Gainesville, Florida-based church Dove World Outreach Center announced plans to burn copies of the Quran to mark the 9th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. A Dutch newspaper says Joran van der Sloot confessed to attempting to extort money from the parents of Natalie Holloway. Holloway disappeared during a trip to Aruba. Van der Sloot was one of the last people to see her alive. He's currently in a Peruvian prison for the death of Stephanie Flores. Van der Sloot was indicted in the U.S. in June for allegedly extorting $250,000 from Holloway's parents. He claimed he'd tell the family where her body was once he got the money. A judge in the Bahamas has dismissed the charges against 2 people accused of trying to extort money from John Travolta. The charges were dropped at the actor's request. In a statement, Travolta said the dragging on of the case had caused a heavy emotional toll on his family, so he decided to put the matter behind them. A retrial was about to begin for the defendants after a mistrial was declared in the previous attempt to prosecute them. Amazing video from a Georgia sheriff deputy's dash cam and an extraordinary rescue to go along with it. When a Gordon County sheriff's deputy responded to a wreck on I-75 Sunday morning, he found a car in flames. 2 other deputies responded as well. Despite several explosions, the 3 were able to pull 56-year-old Dan Gloth from the burning car. The Georgia man was flown to a Tennessee hospital. His condition is not known. A fast-moving wildfire threatens hundreds of homes outside Denver. Winds are whipping the flames, which have scorched at least 3,000 acres. A number of homes have been burned, but firefighters aren't sure how many. At least 200 more threaten and have been evacuated.
Like I said, it's a very populated area up in that location. And we also have a report we did lose 1 fire truck.
And we have just learned that 1,000 homes have now been evacuated. The fire is moving quickly, though, so it's been hard for firefighters to get ahead of the flames, and they've also had trouble getting water to the remote area. There are no reports of any injuries, and firefighters don't know how the fire started. Well, fried, fabulous, and fattening foods are the talk of the State Fair in Texas. The winner of the most creative fried food is fried beer. It's a deep-fried combination of pretzels and your favorite brew. Even better, the beer doubles as a dipping sauce. But for the more health-conscious, there's fried club salad.
I was lazy. I figured, why should I have to drink and eat when I can just eat? You know, I wanted a pretzel, I wanted a beer, and I figured a way to combine them, make something fun out of it.
Sounds good. The coveted award for best taste went to Texas fried Frito pie. That's Texas chili and sharp cheddar encased in Frito chips, then battered and fried. Well, on a day to honor Americans who roll up their sleeves and get to work every day, groups flexed their muscles near Los Angeles. Women and men bared most of their bodies in bikinis, then showed off their quads, biceps, and delts in the annual Muscle Beach Championships. Competitions include bodybuilding, figure and bikini, and even a hot dog eating contest, kind of an anti-bodybuilding competition.